23 is more than a comforting poem. It is a map of the soul, a revelation of the shepherd, the wilderness, the valley, and the secret place where God restores what the world has drained from us. And most people read it too quickly to see what it's actually saying. David begins with one of the most intimate statements in all of Scripture. The Lord is my shepherd, not merely a ruler, not merely a distant creator. A shepherd. In the ancient world, shepherds lived among the sheep. They guided them, defended them, searched for them, carried them, and stayed awake while they slept. This is how God reveals himself to the soul, not as a tyrant, but as a guide. And notice David says, my shepherd. Faith becomes transformational when God is no longer only theological, but personal. The soul begins to rest when it realizes, I am not abandoned in this wilderness. Christ later reveals himself as the good shepherd, not one who flees when wolves come, but one willing to lay down his life for the sheep. Most people today are exhausted in ways sleep cannot fix. Mentally overwhelmed, spiritually numb, emotionally fragmented. But Psalm 23 speaks directly to the modern condition. He restores my soul, not merely your energy, not merely your mood, your soul, the deepest part of you. The Hebrew idea here carries the meaning of bringing something back to its original condition, like restoring what has wandered off course. The shepherd restores what life scatters. And notice, the sheep do not restore themselves. The restoration comes from proximity to the shepherd. This is the secret many people miss. The soul heals in nearness to God, not constant noise, not endless distraction, not performance, not striving, stillness, prayer, presence, trust. Then comes the part everyone remembers. Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. Notice David does not say if. He says though. The valley is part of the journey. Every soul encounters wilderness seasons. Grief, fear, loss, confusion, spiritual dryness. But the mystery of Psalm 23 is this. The shepherd does not always remove the valley immediately. Sometimes he walks with us through it. And David says, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. The presence of God becomes greater than the fear of darkness. The shadow may surround you, but shadows cannot exist unless there is also light. Then suddenly the imagery changes. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. This is one of the most astonishing lines in the psalm. God does not wait until the battle is over to nourish the soul. He prepares a table in the middle of conflict, peace in chaos, stillness in warfare, presence in uncertainty. The world says, when everything improves, then you can rest. But the shepherd teaches the soul to feast even in the wilderness, to remain rooted in divine presence while storms rage around it. This is spiritual maturity, not escaping every storm, but learning to remain near God within them. The psalm ends with profound hope. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. In Hebrew imagery, goodness and mercy almost move like companions pursuing the believer through life. Even in suffering, God has not abandoned the soul. Even in silence, He remains present. And the final promise is not merely survival. I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever. The journey ends in union, communion, homecoming. The shepherd was always leading the soul somewhere deeper than comfort, into the presence of God Himself. Maybe your soul feels tired right now. Maybe you're in a valley season. Maybe you feel spiritually dry. Maybe life has scattered your inner peace. But Psalm 23 reminds us, the shepherd still leads, still restores, still protects, still walks beside the soul in darkness. And perhaps the greatest secret of Psalm 23 is this: the shepherd never abandons his sheep. Even when they cannot feel him,